What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. This upcoming week, we should be getting 2 statues at a minimum. We'll be getting the Prime 1 Jungle Hunter quarter scale statue, the Big Game Hunter. Be real interesting to get that. You know, I've always liked it. I've always thought the unmasked portrait paint app wasn't that good. People always said it looked better in person, so I still have my 1/3 bust I can compare it to, and of course the life size and Cinemacat. But my plan is to display it masked, because that's actually how I did the 1/3. Even though the unmasked portraits were super good, I always did it masked like 99% of the time. You know, simply because Cinemacat still is my favorite unmasked portrait. Like, not paint app wise, but sculpt wise. I think it just looks more sinister and better than the Prime 1 sculpt. Even though Prime 1 was more accurate, you know, Steve Wang took some liberties on the Cinemacat and made it better, in my opinion. But I always liked like the mouth opening of that, just better in the total sculpt. But yeah, we'll see how good the 4th one looks. You know, I'm real excited to get it. I think it's just going to fit my collection better. I know a lot of people are disappointed I'm not going down the 1/3 route, but it really is for the best of my collection. You know, I've thought about this for, honestly, over a year. You know, like, yes, they are amazing, but these ones fit better scale-wise. Additionally, they're, like, more dynamic. You know, like, look at XM Alien and Wolf Predator, very dynamic 3rd scales. You know, where all the Prime 1 XL lines are museum. And I always prefer dynamic over museum. Always. You know, like imagine Marcus if he was just standing up straight versus that action pose. Or the Blade action pose one versus the one that's the museum standing up straight. I always prefer action pose. Absolutely. And pretty much all my Predators more or less, you know, action pose-ish. I would say Cinemacat's the least non-action posed one. But I am excited to get the Jungle Hunter 1/4. I think it's going to be great. We also should be getting the Shenron wall mount. It's currently sitting at like a UPS warehouse. It's going to be picked up and then arrive probably Wednesday, is my guess. Wednesday or Thursday. And then it's not going to arrive this week. It'll be next week. But Iron Man bust should hit US this Friday, and then I should get it next week, probably on Wednesday, is my guess. So we're, you know, a week and a half out from getting the Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man bust, so I'm very excited for that. So, yeah, that is just a little, you know, forecasting for you guys. Let's talk about what statues are for sale, because that is the purpose of this video, trying to sell some statues. You know, just so we can make space and create funds for other statues. I am potentially going to buy Blue Box Hyper Red Lipstick Demon Bust. Now, here's the caveat. So right now you see Chucky here, and it looks better here than it did there. Over there it was very tight, and you had to display it where like he was kind of blocking those two a little bit. Like you can still see them, but they also had to be pushed back to where you can't see them quite as good. You know, because they're very tall pieces. They're 30 inches. So, you know, obviously they look better in a larger garage shelf, side by side. However, if I do return them over there, and we do Nun and Annabelle right there, then I could do, on the other side of Annabelle, Red Lipstick Demon. Now, I've showed you guys the Photoshop before where it's like that, and then right there you do 3rd scale Pumpkinhead and Candyman. So I have decided I do want the 3rd scale Pumpkinhead. I do like it. I think it's great, and screw it, I'm just going to get it. So it's, you know, all my horror line is true 1/3. You know, we're not going to have any 4th scale. I'm trying in general to get rid of any 4th scale in this room. You know, I think the only exceptions are going to be obviously this, as long as this stays here. If this eventually can be moved, I will move it, just because in general I prefer nothing middle room. But as far as middle room goes, this is probably one of the best looking middle room setups I've done, just because, I mean, Khaleesi bust, good God. You know, and of course, Berserker Predator. That's technically non-scales, you know, and the size of the head is really 1/3. You know, and that Berserker Predator is about the size of XM Predator, maybe slightly smaller, but it's big enough to where it doesn't bug me, if you know what I mean. I would say, though, that that size of that Jungle Hunter on the base is a lot smaller than that head, and even more so on that head. Anyways, let's get back to it. So what do you guys think of Red Lipstick Demon? Now here's my thing. I love the movies. They're awesome. All 4 movies. He is a villain, basically does nothing all 4 movies. Like they show like a few cool scenes with him in it. When you see him, he's cool looking. So that's that. So he's not like super cool personality or does some very sinister cool things like Nun does, for example. So he is like kind of like the final demon in it, and he's, you know, trying to steal your soul and whatnot. But he doesn't really do much, you know, but he does have some cool scenes. You know, he looks kind of like Darth Maul, of course. I think the bust itself, the base is average. I don't think Blue Box does the most amazing bases. They're very average, you know, but it does the job. The body, don't care for it. I mean, it's silicone, yes, but it doesn't do anything for me. What does do it for me is the portrait. The portrait is phenomenal. You know, if I look at Nun, her base is okay, body, don't care. It's the face of love on her. And that's what makes her so exceptionally well. Pennywise didn't come with a base, you know, so that was him originally. I added that masterpiece. His body is okay, his face is a masterpiece. You know, I would say the only Blue Box bust that has like a masterpiece body is my Kratos bust. All the other ones, the body's only okay. What's truly impressive is the face. That is what their busts are all about. That freaking just perfect portrait. There's no doubt that the likeness is pretty much like 99.9% in terms of the Red Lipstick Demon. It's very sinister and cool looking, and it'd go great right where that Chucky is. I could get it right now. You know, I don't have to like order it from Blue Box and pay full retail. I could get it under retail and have it here in, you know, 4 or 5 days. So I am highly considering it. What will help me make that decision is if I could sell Closed Mouth Predator bust, you know, because that could, you know, pay for the majority of it. So someone buy my Closed Mouth Predator bust. This bad boy is for sale. We obviously have no reason to keep this since we got rid of the Prime one. You know, I have a life-size bust anyways, so I don't need this 3rd scale version. So here it is in all its glory. And it does come with this bloody skull. You know, I include this bad boy. So I display it just here on the back of the base. You know, kind of like an Easter egg, and it fits really nicely. But of course you could display it to the side or whatnot. But mint condition, no issues. $1,150 shipped in the United States, or throw me an offer. If we can sell that here in the next few days, I will likely buy that Red Lipstick Demon bust. So someone purchase that. Additionally, we got Anubis and Cyclops bust. So, you know, Medusa, she is boxed up upstairs and being shipped out. Well, she'll have shipped already by the time this video airs, but she's being shipped out for me tomorrow. You know, I boxed her up the best I could. I think she'll arrive safe. And Mummy is going to follow her. As soon as Medusa arrives, they're going to pay me for Mummy, and Mummy will be shipped out. You know, and then eventually this will be Blade and Hellboy, where Blade is at. So we do need to sell these two. So in terms of like retailish price, as far as I can remember, that cost me about $1,700, and I think that was like $1,850 or $1,900. So here's what I will sell them for. I will sell the Anubis bust for $1,500 shipped, and these are big boxes, several $100s to ship them. Cyclops bust, I'll do $1,650 shipped. So if you buy them both, I'll discount $100. So contact me if you're interested. 1,600. Wait, what did I say? 1,600 and 1,650? Is that what I said? Or I'll do that for 1,550 and then 1,650. $100 more for Cyclops. You know, you buy them both, I'll subtract $100. You know, if they don't sell, I do have plans to just, you know, put a garage shelf here, a small one, same size as that, right here, throw a Lita bust up top and them down low. But I would like to sell them for the money purposes, for pain, for like Hellboy, or, you know, other statues that I need to get. Now, I don't have a ton of statues shipping, plus with me canceling Berserker Predator, that's $3,000 I don't have to spend, you know, so that's nice. Don't have to worry about that large bill, you know, so I think I'm, Unless, I mean, Hellboy hasn't even gone out for pre-order. Abe Sapien potentially could ship, though, in a month, from what I've heard. The third scale. And then the Hellboy bust is shipping in Q4. And that's 2,200. Abe Sapien's like 2,700. So, yeah, need to make some big commissions at work, or we need to sell these bad boys. So if you're interested, PM me. Let's get those sold. So I will sell my Pumpkinhead. However, I don't necessarily want to let it go until the third scale ships. So if someone wants to get on a payment plan with me, we'll sell this bad boy for $850 shipped. It's the EX with the extra portrait. And I can include that Pumpkinhead 3D printed logo because the third scale already has a Pumpkinhead logo. But I don't want to ship it until the third scale ships, which, according to Ant, he said next year. My guess is probably Q1, so you probably have a good 6 months to pay that off. So if someone wants to jump on a payment plan, throw me like $100 each month. By the time the third scale comes out, I'll ship this to you after I do a comparison review, and you can get this for a great price. Long payment plan, mint condition, Also, I am going to be buying Candyman 100%. I did watch the 3 movies. Now, I do enjoy the movies. I don't think they're horrible. They're typical old school horror movies, just like any of the Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th. I consider them all like equal in terms of entertainment level for me. There are a few better ones than others, like the newer Friday the 13th, the one with Jared Padalecki. I like that one a lot. Friday the 13th, the third one's really good. So I watched Pumpkinhead 1, 2, and 3. I watched the 2021 one several months back, and I think that one's honestly probably the best. Then I'd rate it probably 1, 3, 2's the worst. 3 was great because it had a Playboy model who was smoking hot. So I definitely enjoyed her. But yeah. And let me think what else we could potentially sell. My buyer for Kodo Kan, the MKX, they haven't paid me in like 4 months, and they're keep ghosting me. So if anyone's interested in Kodo Kan EX Mint, message me. I'm selling it for $850 shipped. And it seems like my buyer for Demon Slayer might be backing out, so they said they were asking to cancel. So if someone does want the Demon Slayer statue, I'm sure they would like to transfer that. So if someone's interested in Demon Slayer, message me. And as of right now, folks, that is currently just it. Really, it's mostly in this room that we're trying to, sell some things just because, we obviously made some, plans to more or less upgrade the displays to third scale, and matching themes and so forth. I think I'll be doing the Species statue right here. I think she'll go great. I think it's a good looking statue. And I think it will go great in the collection. It'll fit the theme. It'll fit perfectly right there next to Pan's Labyrinth. And, having the 4 girls all in the middle, So, yeah, I think that'll go great. I am going to install lighting here eventually. I would love to eventually somehow move this to the Lord of the Rings room, because I think it just fits so good in there. But you do really need a 24-inch deep garage shelf. And the only place this could possibly even go is Monsterverse. Like if you... Goodness. You'd have to sell Transformers if you wanted to move it. That's like the only way. You'd have to get rid of some Transformers. It's the only way I could fit Game of Thrones in that room. Get rid of Transformers. Only way. So, I don't know. We may just keep it here in the middle room, because I showed the wife this, because the wife hadn't seen this. She doesn't watch my YouTube. And she actually really liked it. She's like, oh, yeah, that looks really good. So the wife approved of it. She likes it quite a bit, because me and her agree that Khaleesi bust is one of the best in my entire collection. Anyways, folks, if you are interested in any of these statues, please message me. You can email me, flankster117@gmail.com. You can contact me on Instagram, flankster117, Facebook, Sean Sanders. It's the Kratos portrait for my Kratos bust. And I accept Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App. And for the most part, I can ship pretty much any of these statues same day paid. Some of them I may have to find the box. So if I do, you might need to give me a day or two because I actually have to go into the office now at work. And so it does affect, my ability to ship as quick as I normally could. Like I have to go into the office tomorrow, Monday, and it's a 30-minute drive. So sucks, but it is what it is. So yeah, if you're interested in these, contact me. If the price is too high and you want to try to negotiate, contact me. The more statues you buy, the better discounts you get. But let's get these statues sold so we can, obviously afford the upcoming statues like Candyman. And if we can buy Red Lipstick Demon bust. Ultimately, I do want the Red Lipstick Demon. It's just, I'm still honestly waiting for my refund from Resin GK on the T-Rex. He owes me $5,500. He actually owes a friend of mine who I helped coordinate the payment, $2,500. He sent it to me. So he owes me $7,000. And he's owed it to me for several weeks, and he just hasn't refunded me. So, yeah. He claims he sent the transfer, but his bank is reviewing it for anti-money laundering. I'm like, it's been 2 weeks. So, real frustrated that, I don't get the statues and I don't get my money back. I did file a chargeback with my credit card company, so they'll take care of me. However, it's still an extremely annoying thing. So, we'll see what happens there. I may make a new dedicated video regarding him soon, though, if he doesn't solve this soon, like this week. Anyways, folks, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.